Yeah, good morning students. Welcome back to our class. That is International Business. Today we are going to complete a very big topic, that is tariffs, trade tariffs and non-tariffs. So a tariff is derived from a French word which means rate or price at list of exchanges. In simple term, I want to say that it's a duty. It's a custom duty or a tax on products that move across the borders, where the goods are going around the or across the globe. Now, see, as you know that tariff is nothing but uh, a kind of tax we have to pay if the goods are going to be sold in the other countries for the sake of the making profit ratio. Now, tariff simply can put is that means it's a tax levied on an imported goods, a unit or a specific tariff is tax levied as a fixed charge for each unit of a good that is imported. For instance, $300 per ton on imported steel, and at L01 tariff is levied as a portion of the value of imported goods. See, we are having different kinds of tariffs. So when a unit, it can be the tariff can be on the base of the bulk quantity or per unit or per percentage of the goods value. Already we have discussed in the yesterday's class. Now, if you see here, what is tariff and how it works? See, for example, suppose this is country A and they are making towels in country A at the cost of rupees $12. Now, country B, this is also a country where towel made in country B at the cost of rupees $10. So what is happening? A 20% tariff, that means the country, and here the sale is very less. That means the demand is there, but the production is less. So what is happening? They are purchasing the good from country B. That means country B towel sells for $2 in country A. So how? Because the cost is 10 and this 2% is nothing but the 20% tariff. That means $2 is added to the price. To that price only they will add the taxes, tariffs, and it will come to as a rupees $12. So here like that will be the exact price, but the tariffs have been taxes has been added in that goods, so that there should be a win-win situation between the domestic country and the host country. Next, types of tariffs. Like first one is import and export tariff, where the goods can be imported and exported. So tariffs are often imported on the basis of direction of product movement, that is on import and exports, with the latter being the less communication or less commonly. That means when export tariffs are levied, they usually apply to an exporting country's scarce resources on or raw materials rather than the finished manufacturing products. So the companies exporting from Russia must have an average export tariff of about 20% on number of goods sold in cash transaction, and an average export tariff of about 30% of the goods sold on non-cash transactions. Now, simply here, import tariff is not a tax or a duty charges on import commodities. So when the goods are importing, when the goods are exporting, the tax or the duty charges on exporting commodities are units. Now, ad valorem tariff. That means it is nothing but is a kind of tariff expressed as a fixed percentage of the value of a traded commodity. For example, n number of goods are going, whatever the total price will be, the amount that some percentage, a fixed percentage will be there, that will be, that amount is known as ad valorem tariff. Now, specific tariff, a tariff expressed as a fixed sum per unit. That means here per unit it is they will charge, but here in the ad valorem on the bulk overall on the sum they will charge for some percentage of the amount, that is ad valorem tariff. Coming to the specific tariff, per unit they are going to charge a specific or a fixed amount on a particular unit. Now, compound tariff is nothing but a combination of an ad valorem and a specific tariff. Depending on situation of the goods product, it will work on it. Now, uh, non-tariffs, that means what are the non-tariffs are there? Non-tariffs barriers. What do you mean by non-tariffs? First of all, the tariffs, that means you have to listen non-tariff meaning. What does it mean? Non-tariffs are nothing but uh, Where the tariffs, different taxes are not revealed, or where the taxes are not imposes on them. So any barriers other than tariff. It is meant for construction barriers for the free flow of the goods. That means the main intention of non-tariff is to flow the goods for free of cost. That means the prices should be affected. That means it do not affect the price of the imported goods. That affects the quality and the quantity of the goods. So the non-tariffs what will happen if they are paying the tax, the quality will be good and the quantity will be good. If they want without non-tariffs, so what will happen? So it affects on the quality and quantity of the product. Next, wait, the one more is there. Like this already we have discussed types of tariffs like specific tariff, ad valorem tariff, free on board tariffs. So free on board tariff is nothing but tariffs applied as product reveals country. Customs valuations, the process of determining the value of an imported good. What is the value of the imported goods? They will calculate, and upon that they will add the taxes or customs charges. Now cost, insurance, freight. That means this kind of tariffs applied as product enters into. Once it enters into the country, from domestic country to the host country, then they will this kind of taxes will be revealed. Now, compound tariff. See, combination of two elements, both specific and the ad valorem tariffs. Now, reasons. What are the reasons for trade barriers? Why the various these problems are taking place in the tariffs? That means it depends on the because of the prices. That means how the price based barriers will be there. See, the price based barriers are also known as tariffs. Tariffs are the taxes imposed on imports. Means tariffs are the taxes which are imposed on imports. Now, tariffs are of two types, specific tariff and the valorinum tariffs. Valorinum tariffs. So all these things we have discussed. Tariffs reveal a fixed charge for each unit of the product imported are known as specific tariffs. Next one is quantity limits. See, a quantity limit is also known as quotas. So an import quota is a direct restrictions on the quantity of some goods that may be imported into a country. See, a variant on the import quotas is the voluntary export uh, restraint. So it is a quota on trade imposed by the exporting country, typically at the request of the importing country's government. See, in quantity, what will happen? They will check the quantity, how much quantity of goods are the vulnerability is there. They will check on that and they will charge the next was international pricing, price fixing. So what will happen in this international? So that means it is international price fixing is also known as cartels. Cartels are nothing but control prices and after accompanying output and the investment quotas for making the price control effectively. So these people should fix a price on a particular country for a particular goods for a particular time. Simple words. Financial limits. Financial limits are nothing but that is related to the money and it is monetary. See, the monetary policy is designed to control capital flow so the currency can be depended or imports can be controlled. Next one is foreign invest control. So the foreign invest control is nothing but here, the countries possess restrictions on what foreigners may own in their country and what are the goods should have to sell on what price and here at what sale they have to bring. And this is based on the pressure that domestic land assets and industry in general body should be held by residential of the country. Next, reasons. Now, these are the reasons where we need the international business. That means trades and tariffs are important. Next one is non-tariff barriers. See, non-tariff barriers, non-tariff Non-tariff means not paying the tax. Simple one. So non-tariff barriers affect the price or quantity that has been adversely affected by tariffs. Not only price and quantity, but also quality of the product will also affect. So now non-tariff means not paying taxes. So due to the erosion of tariffs as an activity of protecting domestic countries or competition of foreign countries, the non-tariff barriers have emerged as political and protective. So there are two types of non-tariff barriers. First one is the pricing influence, non-tariff barriers. Second one is the quantity influencing national, non-tariff barriers. Yeah. Next one is price influencing non-tariffs. How the prices are influenced. See, we are having subsidies. All we know that what is a subsidy. Subsidy is a help given by the government in terms of monetary value to the local farms in order to make them competitive. So there are three types of subsidies: indirect, export, conditional. In the indirect, when some of the inputs, that means expenditures, are bearable by the government of any state or country, and out of public funds, it is termed as indirect subsidies. So what is happening, like, for in order to make international trade free, WTO World Trade Organization is striving hard to rescue non-tariff barriers. Next one is export subsidies. While at the time of exporting, some subsidies will be given that the tax, that means the tariffs will be less or they will be forgiven. Others will be exempted from the trade and tariffs between two countries. For example, USA, Canada, and Mexico. These are the three countries, and they are working like a seven. So it is the duty that we are identify what are the mistakes they are doing. Next is conditional subsidies. Conditional subsidy mere so that means it is having some condition on that we have to follow with the World Trade Organization's guide. Next one, aids and loans. See, here in the aids and loans, what is happening? The government also sanction aid and loans to the other countries if the recipient spend the funds in the donor country is called as trade aid or trade loans. Also, products can complete a fraud that might be non-competitive. The tied loans of tied help aid helping winning contracts for infrastructure, like telecommunications, railways, etc. All these things are coming with this. Next one is custom valuation. How the valuation of the customs will be there, and anti-dumping actions. See, anti-dumping actions, as you know, that custom valuation means collecting the amount or evaluating the customs officers or the on duty to the officers or the outsiders or whoever it may be. Next, uh, anti-dumping action. See, export for customs value for exporter and importer, a templation exists for the declaration of low prices on invoices in order to pay slow. That means an ad valorem staff customs official must be declared invoice price. All these things are coming in the anti-dumping actions. Now, administrative minimum or minimum price level is nothing but it is an entry of overseas product at low price may be set by the important country. We will limit the competitiveness of overseas product in important countries. Now, next one is custom, deposit and special fees. So what will happen? The increase, that means as a business is increasing day by day in the world, they need to increase the cost also. So increasing in the cost of the imported goods by paying deposit as an advance of customs of the shipment. The advance payment of customs are the financial uh, hurdles. Fees are the customs are managing for making expensive and less competitive import. Next, last one is countervailing duties. It is an importing country gets hurt because of the subsidies in the exporting country, then the importing country of the important country can use a WTO's dispute and determination of turnover. So here what is happening? The countervailing is nothing but the important countries, that means the countries which are sending the goods to other countries, gets hurt because of subsidies in exporting countries. So in the exporting countries, they are getting all the beneficiaries, whereas the important countries they are not getting, and that's the reason they are not happy with the government schemes. Next, quantity influencing non-tariff barriers like quotas are there. So quotas, that means we are having quota already we have discussed. Quotas are the restrictions made on the import of the goods or products. Now, multi-fiber arrangement, MFA. So what does it mean? It is one of the major example of quota. The multi-fiber arrangement was emerged in 1974. MFA is the quota on which our textiles and yes and other things will be taking place in that. Now, coming to the export quotas and other quotas. The export quota and other quotas, they, that means the protect to protect and conserve the natural resources, the export quota exists and also for the purpose of influencing vendor or world pricing at the product. Export quotas are intended to regulate the supply of the resources in the world and so on. These are the things where we have to take place and take care properly. Next thing is, say like we are having the quotas issued by legislation. What are the things now? Reasons for non-tariff barriers. In the non-tariff barriers, government publication in trade is there. So what does it include? The administration guidelines, subsidies, customs and entry procedures, valuation, documentation, license permit, inspection, etc. are the things where we can utilize it properly. If you see here, next, customs and entry procedures include classification will be there, evaluation will be there, documentation will be there, license permit will be there, inspection will be there, health and safety regulations will be there. All these things is to run the business for the long term. Next, product requirements. The product requirements consist of product standards, product testing, product specification, and product quotas. Like absolute quotas will be there, the IS quota will be there, warranty quotas will be there. Already we have discussed this. Next, in the financial control, the exchange control will be there, multiple control will be there, essentiality will be there, standards will be there, immigration will be there. All these things should have to be taken place properly and commonly. Now, what are the things that means? What are the things are required for? That means the strategies to reduce the tariffs and non-tariffs. Let us have it. So the strategies where we can able to build up is that like local partners. The local partner means the supply of the goods there within the country. If you want the goods within the country, we should have to make a good partnership, and here itself only the transaction can take place in closer. Invaluable status. So in the invaluable status, what is happening here? Sometimes you may not get the status in the country, and so because of that, the product can be involved. That means it can be have some values in other countries. Like achieving a status of indispensability is an effective strategy to firm that was or has exclusive access to high technology or specific products. All these things are there in this. Next, see here. Local partners, invaluable status, vertical integration, local borrowing, minimizing fixed investment, political risk element. So political risk insurance will play a very important role in the examination. This we will discuss in our next class. Thank you. Have a nice day. Please mention your roll numbers in the comment box. Thank you.